If you know anything about Slovakia, then you'll know that Slovaks enjoy their dairy products. And not just cow products, but things made from sheep and goats too. The national Slovak dish is brinzové halušky, which consists of potato dumplings and sheep's cheese. And a drink that is often had with this meal is called źrenica, a fermented milk that is a byproduct of the brinzové production process. I mention this because it helps give a little context to the one weird thing, which is that you can buy these dairy products from vending machines called siromati here in Slovakia. So that's pretty different when compared to where I'm from, America, and the types of things that you can get from vending machines there, being typically candies, maybe fruit bars, water, sodas, things like that. So to me, these siromati are a bit strange, but they're definitely a cool and tasty addition to Slovakia. Let's take a closer look to see what kind of products we can actually get from these siromati. What kind of dairy products do these vending machines have? Well, they serve cheeses, milks, yogurts, and even butter and ghee. All of these products come from cows, sheep, and even goats, and they're all sourced from local dairy producers and farmers. So now you've arrived in Slovakia, and maybe you're here to visit extended family or to find a lovely Slovak woman, or maybe you're just vacationing for a day or two. But you want to try the cheese or the milk or the yogurt from these siromati, and you need to know where to find them. I can only speak about them from Bratislava because the website that you can use to find them, it seems like all of their locations are in Bratislava. So for any Slovaks that may know about other locations throughout the country, please comment down below. As for how you can find them, you can just manually look them up in Google Maps. So if you go to Google Maps, you can type in like cheese vending machine or siromati and something should pop up for that. But a better and more direct way to find them and the specific locations is by going to their website and then looking under the locations tab, and then it'll have a list of where to find them, and it has like a picture that shows you too. You can also stumble on them. They are typically placed near bus stops, and there's one at the main train station in Bratislava, Hlavná stanica. Yeah, so they're typically put in spots where there's a lot of foot traffic. So a couple things to mention before we go ahead and try out one of these siromati is that they are actually open 24/7. So if it's in the middle of the night and you wanted to get some cheese or some milk, you can definitely do that. And it being open 24/7 is kind of unusual in Slovakia. It's easy to use for locals and foreigners. On the machines themselves, you should be able to find instructions, and on most of them in English. On some of them, they might not have them in English, but on most of them, they're in English. And lastly, they accept both cash or card. So you should be good either way if you want to use one of these machines. So with that being said, let's go to one of the locations, buy a few things, and give them a taste test. All right, so I have arrived at one of the siromati in Slovakia, in Bratislava. This one is at a bus stop called Hrdlianska in the district Ružino. So at the top here we have some cheeses. It looks like some are gyros flavored and some are labeled as paprika or picante. And then there is parenička. Then down below, that looks like a block of cheese. Then this is sheep's cheese, and then over here you can see these cheeses are bags of string cheese, and you can actually get a lot. There's the ones in the middle are 230 grams, and then the one on the right, the big one for 650 is 400 grams. Then just below, it's essentially the same thing, but these are in a weave, so it's kind of looking like the weave that they make for a Slovak Easter. It kind of has a similar look to it. I think that's the inspiration. Then down below, there is actually brinza. That is very interesting. So you can get 200 grams of brinza for 450. Then we have some ghee. Then that, I'm not entirely sure what that is. That might just be another block of cheese. More cheese there. And then on the bottom, we have some milks or drinkable yogurts and some yogurt on the bottom there. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the one all the way on the left. I believe that's the infamous sheep's milk, and then I'll also get one of these cheeses. So let me go ahead and get some of those. What is it gonna give me? All right. All right, so that's the yogurt it gave me, or the milk. That is the milk. So let's go ahead and try that soon. And how about the cheese? There's the cheese coming down. Okay. So there's the cheese. Okay, so now that I have the cheese and the sheep's milk in my pocket, let's go ahead and find a bench and try these out. All right, so here we are, the moment you've been waiting for. I know this may not be the best angle, but there wasn't really any benches near, well, weren't tables nearby, just these benches. But so I got the sheep's milk, as you can see here. I really shook this up because it looked like the fat was sitting at the top. Then we have a sheep's yogurt, a blueberry yogurt, which I'm glad that they had some kind of flavor instead of just white, because blueberry is a very good flavor. And then last but not least, the first thing that I got from the siromati, or the siromat, is this paprika flavored cheese. So this is supposed to be like a spicy cheese. You can kind of see what it looks like there. And honestly, what I want to try first is the sheep's milk. I know that here in Slovakia, like, I think it's like sheep's milk or goat's milk, like one of them, like a kind of spoiled version, I think, is supposed to be like the national drink. So really shaking it up. And I don't think I've ever had milk other than normal cow's milk. So this should be interesting. So opening it for the first time. Oh wow. It smells like cheesy almost. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get like a good shot of the inside, but it looks kind of thick. It looks like there's some kind of chunks at the top. I think I'm going to shake this a bit more, like really shake it up, because this might have kind of like a gnarly taste to it, but I don't know. So anyway, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and take a swig now. It is bubbly. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh, wow. It's almost like you're drinking cheese, is what it tastes like. Wow, that has like kind of a strong cheese-like flavor. It's almost, it's not very sweet. It's not bitter, it's just almost is like a savory milk. And it's kind of chunky too, which is a little, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or if this just has been in that machine for a while, but maybe some Slovaks can let us know in the comments. Honestly, it's not bad. This is not like normal milk though. I imagine a lot of people would be shocked drinking this. Absolutely shocked. Again, it's very savory. I think this may be like a fermented milk. I think I'm gonna translate this once I get home and put it up on the screen now. So, but yeah, so that's the sheep's milk. That is pretty good. Next we have the sheep's yogurt. Now this I also want to try before it gets warm. And I actually, in my pocket, I have a handy dandy spoon. So gonna go ahead and try this now. This I'm just gonna have to eat the whole thing because I'm not gonna be able to put some kind of yogurt away, but it's like a pre-mixed blueberry sheep yogurt. So I have a feeling that this is just gonna taste like normal yogurt. I don't know why. I don't think this is gonna be as exotic as the milk, but here goes nothing. Yeah, this is very good. This is very creamy. And this is definitely sweeter than the milk. The milk was like basically like drinking like cheese almost. That's like a way to describe it. Yeah, this yogurt, I mean, maybe part of the flavor is being masked because it's the blueberry version, but it's very good. This doesn't have like that fermented taste at all. I don't think it's supposed to, but yeah, this is pretty delicious. There's even some chunks of blueberry in this one, but so if you're wanting to try something that is a guarantee or a near guarantee, it wouldn't be so foreign to you, get the sheep's yogurt, blueberry yogurt. It's very tasty. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish this real quick before we go on to the next item. Oh shit, and I'm spilling on myself. Okay, and next we have the paprika cheese. Now this is I'm not exactly sure what animal this cheese is from, but there will be a disclaimer. So let's just go ahead and try it. The paprika cheese just opens right up. That's what it looks like inside. Let's grab single piece. So you can see it is completely coated in this paprika flavoring. And it's like kind of like a, I don't know, it's like a thick piece of cheese. Let's give it a shot. Very chewy. There's like two distinct flavors going on with the, between the cheese and the paprika. It's pretty interesting. It's quite good. This almost seems like I'm eating Cheetos or something. There's gonna be a lot of paprika on my fingers after this. Again, I wanted to make this video to illustrate how strange I think this is, especially if you're, American. Our vending machines, they'll give you snacks, some drinks, maybe in certain places you'll get like a coffee vending machine. But with these are dairy vending machines that give you, again, cow, sheep, and goat products. So it's very strange. It's like so weird, but so cool to be able to get cheese from a vending machine like that, or like milk or yogurt. It's just very odd, but it is very much a product of this nation, if you will. So anyway, I think that's all I've got for today's video. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this paprika cheese. Definitely let me know down in the comment section below, like, do you think this is so weird, or is this kind of like a more normal and cool thing, you think? I mean, I think it's odd to find dairy products in a vending machine. Would you try it if you came to Slovakia? Do you have something similar in your country, or is it just kind of an oddity of Slovakia? Let me know down in the comment section if you enjoyed this video. Do all the other YouTube stuff, and we'll stay tuned for more videos about me and my stay in Slovakia. Cheers.